I'm here with Goddess Sekhmet today, and I just channeled a powerful activation from her right before I got on here to record, which she is calling solar alchemy. So I'll share that with you in a moment. But first, I just want to talk about who she is. She is an Egyptian goddess, and this is a picture of her here. This image comes from the Divine Feminine Oracle, sorry, by Megan Watterson. And she's known as the Red Lady, but as you can see, she has the head of a lioness. And her power colors are red and gold. So I'm wearing red today. But I'll just read a little bit about what she represents in the guidebook. This guidebook says, Sekhmet represents the sacred rage that keeps us protected and reminds the world of the pure strength of female power. Sekhmet is an Egyptian warrior goddess depicted with the head of a lioness and the body of a woman. The lion was considered the fiercest hunter in Egypt, and a sign of protection. She is the daughter of the sun god Ra. The red solar disk that she wears indicates that she is a solar deity. She is known as the powerful one, the Red Lady, she who mauls, and the one before whom evil trembles. So, before I got on here, Sekhmet told me that the crystal tiger's eye, which is what I'm wearing here, is a powerful crystal to use to work with her energy. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. It holds a grounded solar frequency that activates courage, clarity, and personal power, but in a stable, controlled way. So it helps us hold the intensity of all of our emotions and rage in our rights or freedoms to protect our truth and our sovereignty and the rights of others without being overwhelmed by it or confused by it or just overwhelmed. So what she was calling solar alchemy is because she works through the energy of the sun to illuminate truth, burn away what's out of alignment, and refine our energy into something clear, embodied, and powerful. The Eye of Ra is also deeply connected to Sekhmet because she is considered an embodiment of it. This symbol represents divine protection, truth, and the power to clear anything that isn't in alignment. It's not just symbolic, it's an activation of fierce clarity and boundary. And then there's the red rose. So I had to bring my fresh roses in for this transmission. The rose carries the red rose specifically carries the frequency of the heart, love, life force, blood, devotion. When you bring that together with Sekhmet's fire, it creates heart-led power. So it's not just intensity for the sake of intensity, it's power that's guided by truth, grounded in the body, and anchored in the heart. So altogether, this solar activation or solar alchemy that's going to come through this transmission is going to help activate your power, stabilize it, and align it with your heart so you can embody it in a pure, grounded, and intentional way. So I'm just going to tune into Sekhmet right now because I have the activation already on my notes and ready to share, but I just want to invite her energy in and see how she wants to proceed or if there's any other guidance. She is reminding me that she does want me to pull cards after the activation to just bring more clarity and personal messages for those who are watching this video. The two decks I have behind me are the ones she wanted me to bring. The Rose deck by Rebecca Campbell and the Oracle of the Seven, which I rarely am ever guided to use, but she wanted me to bring those two. So we'll be pulling cards after this activation. But right now, she just wants you to connect to the red rose energy. So she's asking me to bring my roses back into view. And she just wants you to just get comfortable in your chair and bring your awareness into your heart center and take a deep breath and release all that no longer serves with intention and with your breath. And just get into a comfortable breathing where you just feel free to be in this moment, knowing you are protected, knowing you are safe, knowing you are loved unconditionally and supported by Mother Earth herself. So she's calling on you now to anchor your pillar of light, roots of light, your pure organic source energy connected into your higher heart chakra, your soul star chakra, connected into the triple flame of eternal source light and wisdom. Connect that pillar of light down through all of your 13 chakras using your breath to pull the light down from the heavens into all of your chakra centers, seeing that pillar of light expand and brighten. I'm seeing gold. I'm seeing white diamond frequencies. Feel these frequencies expanding throughout your energy body and energy field. And visualize your roots of light connected to this pillar, connected at the base of your root chakra and spine, down, draw them down into Mother Earth herself through your feet, feeling that connection strengthen, feeling the safety and security you have in our mother's love and protection right now. Anchor your roots of light into your Earth Star chakra below your feet and feel and visualize it stabilizing there. She's saying this is your power center for anchoring in the truth and wisdom of your higher self into the organic grid systems of Mother Earth. We are doing that now together and setting our intention to rise as one unified power of pure source light on the planet right now. It is done. Okay, she wants you also to visualize the red rose over your sacred heart and feel the connection you have to all living souls on earth and in the cosmos, as we are always connected through the hearts of Mother, Father, God, our Holy Creator. And she just wants you to allow the rose frequencies to really breathe through your heart center right now. Okay, as we do this activation, you can continue to visualize the rose. I'm going to set these down. But as I read this activation, she just wants you to stay connected to your heart center. Okay, Sekhmet says, let's turn our passion for injustice into grounded, embodied action and anchor the solar alchemy codes onto the planet right now by casting out all fears, doubts, insecurities, and confusion about our rights to walk our paths in true freedom and Christ consciousness. We are a powerful force when we rise as one, and the divine feminine voice is rising now. It is being activated within me and within you and within the grid lines and holy cities and sacred sites of Mother Earth. The temples of Isis are rising again. It is done. And we walk this path of righteousness in truth, dignity, and self respect, of honoring the divine within all of us and seeing the truth behind the lies, because our Queen Mother Sophia wisdom herself, lives within our hearts and is roaring like a lion to protect those who are weak and those who are powerless over the matrix that has kept us all hiding, afraid of our own shadow, and afraid to speak our truth out loud for fear of rejection, shame, persecution, outcast, and abandonment. We all rise as one now to protect the heart of the lions who lives within us all, the lioness and lions who lives within us all, and we will not go down without a fight because her voice is powerful and gives rise to the matriarchal power and support systems through the sisterhood and rising of the divine feminine on the planet. So all voices will be heard and all truths will be shared and brought to light. It is done. The power of the red rose lives within you, and we know every rose has its thorn. For self protection, we must learn how to set clear boundaries and live in accordance with our own truth, higher truth, that the power of our intuition is what shows us the path back to our hearts. And when this wisdom is activated, the power of our collective voices amplifies throughout the cosmos, and the sun shines again on those who have awakened the eternal flame of Christ light within. You are protected, you are sovereign, and you are free. It's time to roar like a lion and lioness in the knowing of your own worth, value, and right to express your holy rage with the power and force of the eternal sun behind you. It is done. So that is the activation and transmission itself. But I had some classical music playing on my phone while I was channeling this message out loud and recording it. And literally, right towards the end, this song came on, and I'm going to share it as a link in the descriptions box, but it's it's a classical song. It's by Carmina Burana, Burana. It's I period, just the letter O and the word Fortuna. Okay, so it's probably in another language, maybe Italian or something. But yeah, just listen to that and hear her words again, and you'll get an even more powerful activation. Or just, she's saying, just meditate with her energy, ask her to step forward, and you're also going to feel expansion in your solar plexus when you're doing this activation, or you're going to be receiving some kind of alignment codes and embodiment codes through the sun energy that comes through with her so powerfully. So you'll probably see a lot of gold, a lot of red, but always trust your own intuition with what you receive, that it's right for you. So she wants me to just pull cards now. And we're going to start, she says, with the Oracle of the Seven Energies, again by Colette Baron Reed. So just gonna see what she wants to say with this. Ooh, how Sekhmet, a powerful move. Okay. So she's saying, collectively speaking, powerful moves are being made when we stand in our own righteousness and we're not afraid to act on our truth for justice for all, to really step into our power, not be afraid to raise hell, she's saying, to raise our voices. She's saying divine feminine rage is one of the most powerful energies on the planet right now. And if you're not activated in your voice chakra, then you really should be doing, she's saying, voice alchemy work. And she's recommending working with Hathor, who's another Egyptian mother goddess figure. And Hathor works with the Hathors, which is a galactic collective of energies, and their frequency is very healing and purifying for your voice. So she's also talking about Joan of Arc too as another guide to work with for voice alchemy. But I've been sharing messages from Artemis recently and even Freddie Mercury, and they were both coming in with similar messages. So if, she's saying she recommends doing voice alchemy. Okay, first, if you have a fear of public speaking, or you're just afraid, right? You just have fears built up in those energies, to clear, to do the trauma work, to do the shadow work, to clear those energies. Because that's where your power lies as a collective, she's saying. It lies in the divine feminines feeling comfortable sharing their voice, even when it's not what other people want to hear or are ready to hear. It's happening more and more as the survivors of those who have been victims of Epstein and things like that are starting to speak out more. But they've been speaking out for a long time. It's just that the collective is finally ready to hear their voice. So the timing is right. Going back to this message in this card, the timing is right to make a powerful move. And that can be relatable, she's saying, on a personal level. Notice where you're being put into a position to make a powerful move or stand for truth, and honor that with your honor your own self dignity by embodying your heart, right? Connecting to your passion, connecting to the essence of the red rose, and really being brave and bold and courageous in how you share your truth. So that's just what the collective needs right now. And she's also reminding me that in this message, a little bit it came through about the power of sisterhood, and healing the sisterhood wounds is very important work being done right now, or to do right now on this planet, especially if you feel a calling for that. Community-based building, just building more trust in our connections with other women, and creating true support systems that empower women to share their truth, even if it's different, again, or not what typically people want to hear. Because she's saying, and this goes back to Lilith, the goddess Lilith, and what she represents, but she's saying the good girl image is fading. Okay, it's time to embrace all of our shadow selves. And I'll leave a link to the video I did with Lilith recently on reclaiming your shadow self, and why that's the power they don't want us to have right now, or to recognize within ourselves, because they've conditioned us as a collective to really be afraid of our own voice and afraid of speaking up, because there's just been so much trauma. I mean, just talk about the witch wound alone and all the trials that we went through as a divine feminines with that. And also all the scars that came along with that for the sisterhood wounds that were created as a result, because people were put in positions where they were being tortured to call their friends out as witches, even though what they were calling witches back then could have been as simple as like, oh, she uses medicinal herbs for healing. um you know, and this is back in the day when like hospitals weren't like, medicine as we know it today didn't exist. So there was a lot, there's a lot to that, and how it created a very deep scars, generational scars, in the collective of women, not trusting other women. And so those traumas are buried deep, but our souls remember. So if you feel resonant with that, like that might be something that is blocking you, or you feel called to focus in on that type of work, then I highly recommend, yeah, doing the work needed to alchemize that for yourself, because she's saying it's really the power of sisterhood and healing the sisterhood wounds, and coming together as a collective of divine feminines who actually support each other in being empowered. Okay, so it's not about jealousy of somebody else, it's or competition, it's about empowerment for all of our voices to come together and support each other in the unique ways that our souls want to express our truths. And that is going to create a matriarchal force, a counter force to the imbalance of patriarchal systems that have been running planet Earth for thousands of years, essentially. And it's going to create the force that is needed to actually heal the planet. But that's where the power is going to come from, okay, in general. And that's not saying men aren't going to play their role, because men are also awakening to the divine, the power of the divine feminine within, that they also carry the energy of. And they are being guided and supported in their own way through this process, which we'll probably do a future video on, I'm sure. But I'm just going to pull one last card and then close this video. And it's from the rose deck that I mentioned earlier. And it's plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. And I'm getting so many chills because this was the whole message. This is really it. You know, we have the freedom to express ourselves, but we are afraid. Okay. And so you can talk about change, you can fantasize about it, you can do all of the activations for healing. But if you're not going to put it into grounded action and you're not actually going to embody it, like Sekhmet does, like with setting energetic boundaries, saying no, just learning how to just speak what you mean, right? Clearly, calmly, knowing your power and authority to do so, and not caring, not giving a damn. Going back to the Freddie Mercury message, which I'll leave a link to here, he was talking about the feline galactic energy that we carry and how that can show up as a frequency of like, I don't care what you think, I'm gonna do this anyways. It's fierce independence, and that's all that Sekhmet and the lioness energy is all about. So if you resonate with this message, I'd love for you to like the video and comment. I am trying to grow this channel after taking a significant time off. It does take time to get back into the swing of things, but I appreciate all of you who are watching right now and who are supporting me. And I hope you enjoyed this message, and I look forward to returning soon. Bye for now.